Okay, today is December 23rd, 2018, and right now at 3:50 p.m. we have a temperature of 62 degrees in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 56.3%. The dew point is 46.5 degrees, and the barometer is reading 29.96 inches, or about 1,015 millibar. Okay, so we've had a very heavy aerosol chemtrail spraying all week long, on and off. Today is particularly heavy. Yesterday and today, especially today, this is really bad today. We have jet stream flow moving right into California. Let's take a quick look at the jet stream map right now, and we can see that flow pattern directly into Oregon, California, and also into Washington. And so what we ought to be having here in Southern California today, because of what's the flow pattern that we're having, is a lot of rain. We have a 984 millibar storm out here over just near the Aleutian Islands. This has a quasi-angular imprint. The weather controllers are being very careful about leaving very obvious right angles on these storms. Now, earlier in the week, we've been watching the weather every day. Just because I don't do videos every single day, as I was doing, doesn't mean that we're not looking at the maps and all that. We are. But the point is that this past week we saw some right angle activity on these some of these North Pacific storms swinging down. We can see what's happening here. We've got a straight edge developing in this area. We've got a transmitter working on the right here on the frontal system, which is part of the jet stream here. Actually, we've got jet stream flow right here, and then we have a separation right through here. This is another transmitter manipulated area right through here, which is preventing a continuity in this jet stream flow. So they're actually dividing up, splitting up the jet stream flow, as we can see here. If we look at the infrared map, we see that clear separation right through here. And that is preventing any of this moisture from mixing with this system right here. This is a developing gale. This is a 984 millibar storm. And we can see a couple of straight edges starting to firm up right here, but they're being very careful, these weather controllers that are running these transmitters. They're being much more careful about the shape and the size of these right angles that we were capturing last year. If you want to see some really good right angle examples, go into the playlist on this channel and just go back to last November. I think it was, it's in the playlist there. There was a gigantic right angle over the Atlantic Ocean. Just an amazing sight. Check that out if you have not seen that. All right, so we can see all this moisture moving into the Southern California area. Let's go ahead and look at the western U.S. water vapor loop. We can see not only the jet stream flow with all this deep moisture moving into Central and Southern California as well as Northern California, but look what's happening right here. Look at all these streaks that are visible. These are the aerosols. These chemtrail aerosols are being sprayed over this moisture field, and we can see them being sprayed as far as right up here. They're originating and then swinging down because we do have high pressure installed in this area, which let's go ahead and take a look right now at the surface analysis map. We can see that area of high pressure right here. This is installed in place, and the high pressure that's been installed, which is usually here all winter long, which redirects all these cold fronts and steers these storms further north. That is this, in conjunction with the chemtrail aerosols, is what has been stopping our rain here in Southern California. So for the entire month, this year, we've had a grand total of 3.56 inches for December, and that was on the 5th and the 6th. Last year, at this time in the month of December last year, we didn't have one drop of rain, and we had Santa Ana winds that were engineered to prevent. There was a large storm system moving in, and these weather controllers engineered some very strong Santa Ana winds. And that was last December 4th and 5th. We had that windstorm. But during the entire month, last year, we didn't have one single drop of rain for the entire month of December. So that's something that we very rarely ever see. But we saw that last year. And this month, we should be having a lot of rain based on the pattern here. Let's go take a look. First of all, we've got this. This is the Aleutian Islands. We've got this developing gale. This has got an eastbound vector, and this presumably will bring us the rain that is scheduled now. Just popped up on the AccuWeather app here just within the last couple of hours for rain for Tuesday, which is Christmas Day. So up until today, the AccuWeather apps and forecasts have been calling for no rain, but now today they've changed that, and that may come from this developing gale here, and we'll just have to wait and see what they give us. Out here we've got a couple of storms that are developing. We've got a hurricane force system out here. This is this system out here just off the tip of the Aleutian Islands is moving to the northeast. Let's go back to the satellite map here. We can see these weather systems. This is the one 984 millibar storm right here, and we see that that angle starting to form. Okay, let's take a look at some of these other maps. We've got now all week long we've been having either a tropical flow pattern into Southern California, or if this this engineered high pressure zone in here moves, it's floated up and down all week. We had tropical flow for a couple of days, and then this dropped down, and now we're having North Pacific flow pattern. Either way, we're not getting any rain, zero rain, just these toxic chemical aerosols which cap the atmosphere and prevent the precipitation process. We have to have two components for precipitation. We have to have lift in the atmosphere, and secondly, we have to have moisture in the atmosphere. So we have the moisture moving in. We can see that right there on the map. Here's the this is the western U.S. water vapor map. We can see all that moisture streaming in to northern, central, and southern California, yet there is zero rain anywhere in central or southern California. We've got rain above San Francisco, northern California area, in the Sacramento area. We can zoom in a little bit and see that. So we've got rain right in this area, but nothing else, despite that jet stream flow right into the state. And we've got moisture streaming in all the way up and down the entire state. And so that means that we've got the jets out spraying. And we've looking out the window right now, and I see trails all over. So when we have a pattern like this in the old days, back in the 70s and the 80s, when we actually had satellite weather on television, when we had a flow pattern like this, we had a lot of rain. And look at these trails being laid out right here. I pointed that out, but just check that out. That's massive spraying when this becomes visible on the satellite, the water vapor map. And we can see them right here in the infrared map. These lines are all parallel and they're moving south. Let's take a look next here at the water vapor map for the southwest. You see all that water vapor streaming right down through Point Conception, Vandenberg right here, and right down through LA County into Orange County, and yet there is zero rain, zero precipitation. So what does that mean? That means the chemtrail jets have been dispatched, the spigot remains off, and we're all breathing this toxic aluminum nanoparticulate, which is preventing the precipitation process. Now here is today's MODIS Today map. We see that the West Coast has been whited out, so we cannot show you the aerosols, these chemtrail aerosols. If we look at yesterday's map, we can see the chemtrail haze, but this is what it looks like today. So this is a great map. MODIS Today, if you just search that, MODIS Today, color satellite map, you'll find this map, and you can scroll and pick out any day. You can go back in time and look at what the situation was in your area just by clicking on the region that you live. So here we are down here. If we just click on this, area here. We can zoom in and take a look at what's going on. And the chemtrail aerosols are always an off-white, gray haze. They are easy to identify. They are not water vapor. They are chemical, basically fly ash, coal ash that's been recycled into a slurry which is sprayed by these specially equipped jets well above the weather, and these aerosols are sprayed around 35 to 45,000 feet, and they cap the atmosphere to prevent the precipitation process. Okay, so this is the situation. Let's take a look at the swell map right here. This is the situation. We've got 10 and 11 foot swells moving into central and southern California. And out here we've got, up further north, we've got 23 foot swells moving into, looks like British Columbia, just north of Washington State. All right, we took a look here at the surface analysis map. So it looks like things are going to change. We may have some rain on Tuesday, Christmas Day. Things are changing all the time. The AccuWeather now says rain. I haven't looked at the weather.com app, but these people they're always changing the forecast. Look at all these highs here. We have 1, 2, 3, and we've got lows all over the place out here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got troughs, and none of this is getting into Southern California. We've got a trough right over Central and Southern California, and still no rain. So the manipulation of our weather continues. The puppets on TV, on mainstream fake news television, are not reporting any of this activity, this nefarious activity. None of this is being explained or reported. It's being covered up. All right, so we'll keep an eye on all of this and try to get another update sooner than we've been doing lately. It's just been a busy time of the year, and so we'll just leave it right here and try to get another one tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, that's it.